Hello everyone, welcome to Liberal Tarot. I'm Sherry, a blue dot in a red state utilizing tarot to offer insight into these very interesting times we have going on here in the United States. So I'm really glad that you're here and welcome. The focus of today's reading is going to be the government shutdown. However, I have some notes here of actually what I'm going to ask. And the bottom line is, are we going to have health insurance at the end of this? The other thing that I have listed here is MAGA Mike and his little Johnson. I am not reading on whether or not he has a Grindr account. I just can't even tell you how I don't want to know that. The comment that I do have, it's not about whether or not he has a Grindr account. It's the hypocrisy, okay? Anybody, consenting adults, whatever. But yeah, it's his hypocrisy. And I'm not reading on that. But what I am going to be reading on is the job, do we say job, that he's doing as Speaker of the House, and his part in what he's doing to participate in this government shutdown. He has sent the House home again for another week. And so he doesn't have to deal with the shutdown. He doesn't have to deal with the Epstein files. And he also doesn't have to swear in. Oh, I had her name here. He doesn't have to swear in the Congresswoman from Arizona. Oh, I thought I had that here. I don't. Okay. So those are kind of the things that I want to look into with MAGA Mike. And we'll leave his little Johnson to something else, to another reading probably to another reading done by somebody else, not me. So anyway, the government shutdown. Base reading into, I'm just going to ask, are we going to have health care at the end of this? And like reasonable healthcare. Like, yes, there's going to be healthcare, but I'm not talking about, healthcare for the oligarchs because they're the only ones who can afford it. I'm talking about the rest of us, the other 99% of the country. Are we going to have, affordable healthcare at the end of this shutdown? That's actually the kind of the main question I had here. And as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. Are we going to have health care at the end of this? Okay, let's see here what we got. Health care. This is a card of legacy. It's a card of achieving what you want, and it's like the financial stuff. It's those tangible things. This is like achieving your dream job, achieving the, like buying your dream home, those kinds of things. So this is either going to be the oligarchs getting what they want. This could also be like, what is Trump's legacy going to be? Is it going to be ripping health insurance away from millions of people? There's that. And so the challenge to this is agreements. What agreements can Republicans and Democrats come to? And if you notice here, even I was looking at this, noticing this, here's the blue and here's the red. Democrats are typically are the nurturers. They're the ones fighting for our health insurance. And then you've got the red here of the Republicans. But this is showing, coming together for an agreement. But that's also coming up in the challenge. So the challenge is going to be how these two sides are coming together. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. And our options, the energy coming in, having to fight, having to overcome. What I'm seeing with this is going to be the Democrats fighting for our health insurance. This is also going to be, this can encompass the Republicans having to defend their actions or lack thereof. The foundation is the Tower card. Well, that's how well that's going to go. You take away the health insurance of millions of people and, MAGA, you're going to get what you deserve, okay? And this is also, this is a card of the Cosmic 2x4. This could also be for the American people. You didn't learn your lesson, you're going to get what you deserve. I almost said you voted him into office. You got what you voted for. However, with the election fraud case and that stuff coming up, I'm kind of like, I don't know that we actually did vote for this. But this, the foundation of this and asking for health insurance, are we going to still have health insurance? This is just primed to blow up in MAGA's face. Okay, winning at all costs. This is also a card of like, what do you win? And I'm seeing here, like the Democrats are like, it's not so much that the Democrats are turning their back, or they're turning their back on that MAGAt nonsense, but they're not playing these games. They're not playing the MAGA games. They're like, we're here to be serious. We're either saving healthcare or we're not. And here's MAGA, the Republicans in the House and the Senate. Actually, I'm feeling like this is more the House. Actually, I'm feeling. I really do feel like this is more MAGAt Mike. Saying the MAGA way or the highway, and the Democrats are like, we're not playing. We're just not playing. And the outcome, do I dare ask? Messaging. Pages are messengers, and pages are messengers, and the wands is a messaging card. So I always say this is like my super messenger card, and this is also that fiery message that you're hearing coming out from both sides. MAGAt Mike is out there saying we'll deal with healthcare later, and the Democrats are like, we don't trust you. Later is never. Okay, so the Democrats better not cave. Okay, so let me see here. Let me just look at this. So the base reading, I think this is going to be, what is the legacy of the MAGAs? What is their legacy going to be? Are they going to come to an agreement? The challenge is the agreements and how they're having to defend their lack of action. The foundation of this is like, this is going to blow up in their face. I love that so much for them. And MAGA Mike here, recent... and I even just saw a clip of a press conference. I'm recording this on Monday. What is this, October 6th? And a press conference where he's just up there lying his ass off, saying that this is the Democrat shutdown. And it's like, no, this lies squarely on your shoulders. And that the Democrats are not playing these games. Okay. And then the messaging that they have coming out. I want to know, is anyone believing this MAGA messaging? How well is this MAGA messaging being received by the American people? How well is this being received? Because it was something like, I'm trying to remember what podcast I was watching. And I think it was Brian Tyler Cohen was saying that this is like 80% of Americans think that, we should have the health insurance and that we shouldn't lose our access to and when I say affordable health insurance, it's barely affordable. And so this is not a losing issue for the Democrats to hold out on. So this messaging, I'm going to ask about, I'm going to ask about both sides. Let's see, is this messaging, how's it looking how is the Republicans' messaging landing for the American people? How are the Republicans' messaging on this landing? What does the American people think of MAGAt Mike and his messaging about the government shutdown? And the messaging, it's the fighting, the bickering, the fighting, get things done. We didn't send you to DC for this, get shit done and get shit done. They're wanting, the base is wanting for them to stop this nonsense. I mean, that I just see that, like, we sent you there to get shit done, and, and how are we using our money for the future? This is the Seven of Pentacles, is planting seeds for the future. And so how are we taking care of people in the future? And remember, from the energy reading, the third part with the numerology for October this month is all about the Empress. How do we take care of people? And that is what the MAGA base is not hearing, how they're taking care of the people, how they're going to provide health insurance. There is no plan. Okay, they have no plan, and they don't even have concepts of a plan, and just the fighting and bickering that's going on with this. So that's how well that's landing. How well is what about what the Democrats are doing? How is that landing? I'm going to ask how that's landing with the MAGA. How are the Democrats' message landing with MAGA? Like, they're out there saying we're doing this for health insurance. Does MAGA realize that yet? The Democrats' message with MAGA. And with that, okay, this is a card of, this is something that could happen within a month. This is a changing situation. It's also like under the dark of night. I'm really honestly feeling with this, like, they don't know if they can trust the Democrats. And they don't know that they can trust the Democrats either. And they're just going to wait and see. Okay, so I just kind of want to look at this. When I was asking about the messaging coming out from MAGA Mike, this is what comes up. And these are all minor arcana cards. And so with the base, they're waiting. They don't like the messaging. They don't like the fighting and the inaction. They're waiting to see how this progresses forward. And it's almost like I get the feeling like, to say that they trust the Republicans would be, I'm not feeling like a heavy sense of trust here. I'm like, we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. That's what I'm feeling. So the base right now, as of October 6th, is still wanting to give MAGAt Mike and, ilk the benefit of the doubt that they're actually going to do something to provide for Americans. Alrighty. And whenever I asked about the base, now only MAGA base, of what they think of the Democrats, a lot of energy here. These are all major arcana cards. And so this is telling me, like, they don't know that they can trust the messaging coming out from the Democrats because they've been gaslit for so long. So here's a card of waiting. Like, they're really hesitant on the Democrats doing anything. And so they're giving the Republicans the benefit of the doubt while being very leery of what it is that the Democrats are saying. So will we have health insurance at the end of this? And I'm talking about for the 99% of us, and, affordable health care. And as I said, I use the word affordable loosely because it's barely affordable now. Will we have affordable health insurance at the end of all this? How we care for people, the decisions that are being made on how we take care of people, and hesitation. This isn't going to get resolved anytime soon. It's also the fiery message, and how are we going to proceed forward? Would there be something that the courts could do? I mean, it's almost like, because I'm feeling like medical, legal, the medical, our health insurance, duh. You guys, I get so, like, caught up in these readings, like, okay, and the energy that sometimes I miss the completely obvious. And I will be watching these, my reading, like, I do the reading and then I watch it just to make sure, like, there's sound, like, everything, there's not something really weird going on. And then I'll watch it again just so that I can kind of remember the reading. And anyway, it's a thing. And I'll be watching these and I'll be like, duh, it was, like, right there. Okay. So how we take insurance and how we take care of people right there. And this Knight of Wands, a fiery message. The Democrats really are not letting this go, and they're not going to cave. So thank goodness for that. I'm almost seeing like they're facing this head on, looking back, like looking to when, because this person is looking like where I would see like the past cards, looking to when we have the subsidies, like wanting to continue what we had from the past, which is those subsidies, facing this head on with a fiery message of we're not giving in, we're not caving. That's what that is. Okay, let me just... So, that still doesn't answer the question, do we have health insurance at the end of this? When it comes January 1st, do we all have affordable health insurance? Quickly, this is also a state of expansion. The money is there, I think so, but it's blocked. It's not about whether or not we have the money. It's whether, it's how it's blocked right now. And this is not giving me a definitive answer. Alrighty then. Let's see here. It's like I I can keep asking, and I will keep asking, like outside of this outside of this specific reading, but right now it is, I mean, this is, I keep asking, and this is this was the last card of it's blocked. So if I had to say right now, I just don't see if they, let me continue, okay? I'm going to put a pin in this, okay? Put a pin in this because right now it's blocked, okay? I don't know that that's going to be a forever thing. So let's see here. Where do I want to go with all of this? The fiery message. This is going to blow. If they do that, it's going to blow up in their face. Big time. Bigly. It's going to blow up bigly. Let me ask, how long does the government stay shut down? I know I asked this stuff, like last week, and I know I did some stuff, with the energy reading. However, I do, in fact, I will probably be doing weekly check-ins on the government shutdown for as long as we have it. So that'll be one reading that will just be a staple reading of, what can we expect this, maybe I'll do, what can we expect this week with the shutdown? And that will just be an ongoing thing until it isn't. So what can we expect this week with the shutdown? Because right now, a lot of fiery messaging, a lot of, sending everybody home. See, what can we expect this week with the shutdown? Okay. Oh, and real quick, I'll give you guys your little, see if I can get this over here. All kinds of cards and everything up here. Okay. There he is. There's Schrodinger. Giving his energy. He's actually he likes to sit next to me. He's my cat. So he likes to be near. Oh, what do we need to know this week about the shutdown? Okay, and with that, be patient. Okay, I don't think any of us really are feeling that too much. And there's like things that are being up in the air, things are juggling. The wings here are standing out to me like this. Is it going to take divine intervention for this to come to an end? Yeah, those are the things. And the be patient. The challenge to being patient is we don't want to be patient. We want this done. We want this over with. This can also be the sending everybody home. They just, they sent everybody home. I think there's supposed to be some meetings going on, but those meetings, they're doing them in private, from what I know, and that the MAGA, they're just lying about everything that happens in there. The agreements, quickly. I wonder if this isn't some Epstein file stuff, because I usually read this as Epstein files. And that's another thing I've got in my notes, like, MAGA Mike. And not only does he not have to deal with the shutdown, he also is not dealing with the Epstein files. And they're claiming victory. It's like they're like as happy as they can be that the government is shut down. They have no plans on reopening the government. And this is preventing him from having to deal with the Epstein files, but it's going to backfire on them. I wonder, what is this Tower card? The Tower card can encompass so many things. So what is this Tower card as it relates to the Epstein files? Working, but we can't see what they're, it's like the very first thing I thought of with this is what are they hiding? It's like the appearance of working, but there's things that are going on behind the scenes that we don't see, that they're not letting us know about, obviously. Just wait. Oh, but wait. And how we take care of people. Let me just kind of look at this for a minute. This could also be the Epstein survivor that I've been seeing come forth was undeniable. That could be, she's sitting here looking at what they're doing. Okay, that's what this is. Oh my. Expect some things with the Epstein files this week, because what I'm getting is, as far as what's going to happen with the government shutdown, is in that energy reading, I kept getting like there's a survivor that has undeniable evidence of Trump's transgressions. She's watching this government shutdown. She's watching them not do what they're supposed to, like even swearing in of the Arizona congresswoman. Okay, and that she knows that she's got that piece that can just make all of this break apart. Okay, is she? With that Hanged Man, I don't know that she is. Is she acting this week? Are we going to be getting that this week? World card. Battle weary, like she's held on to this long enough. She's ready to come forward. Major transformation. She also, I will say, is concerned about her safety. The agreement, she's going to come to an agreement and she's going to let the world know what her truth is, what happened, the transgressions here. And if you notice, what really stood out in this, the wand here is very phallic looking, her abuse and her abuser. Okay. Evidence of her abuser and the abuse. And yeah, she's bringing the receipts. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. I was not expecting this at all. I don't know. I've got my pendulum here real quick and I'm just going to ask, because right now I'm seeing this as like she's watching everything and she's waiting and like she's getting things in place. So just this is my pendulum. It's, there's the oak leaf. I've had this forever. And then my little, acorn. So let me just ask here. Is she coming forward this week with evidence, with her evidence? Is she coming forward this week with evidence? It's coming up, maybe. It's like side to side. I don't know if you can see how it's going at an angle. And so it's not, she's working out the deals. Okay, so will we get this next week? Will we get her evidence next week? And that's coming up, yes. Okay, all right then. So with this, I think what she's seeing this government shutdown as just like, she can't believe what she's seeing. And it's like the piece that's standing out, because I was actually took this about, the government shutdown for health insurance and also the Epstein files. And so what this is about is this survivor is seeing what this government shutdown is doing as prolonging the release of the Epstein files. She is just incensed by what she is seeing. And so she has started to reach out to share her for her protections, to get her protections in place for this evidence to come out. Alrighty then. I always knew that was going to happen. I just wasn't expecting to see it like just boom right there. And yeah. So when I'm asking that, I'm sitting here, trying to kind of tap into her energy, and she's very hesitant. I mean, like, I don't blame her at all. And I'm sitting here going like, is she really ready to come forward? And she's not. I mean, she's really not. She sees how women have been treated. And I mean, I do not blame her in the least. But she's also like, they're telling her, but there's a turning point. We're at a turning point. And I see some, like, there are people close to her are encouraging her. And so let me just ask, when? When will she do this? See if we'll get multiple confirmation here about when will she come forward. And as far as when, shining a light into the dark, having the courage. Remember in my Robin Hood deck, this is the one, it's got the little red shoes here. So having the courage to step out for a righteous cause. Okay, so finding the courage, bringing an end to, and I think she realizes just how big her role is in history for this, because this is like, she knows this will be it. While hers is just one sword, she knows like what will happen, like the fallout after, of what happens afterwards. And the Queen of Pentacles, she's got the receipts. Swords is telling me it's undecided. Okay, so it's undecided when she does this. But I was getting like with the pendulum, like she's moving closer. She's closer now than she ever has been before. And by closer, I mean like she's I think it's like I'm feeling like from her, like she knows she's going to do this. It's just when is she going to like take that step? That's what I'm feeling with that. Okay. Not health insurance, but it definitely is bringing in, that will be, when that piece comes out, I'm not seeing the government. It's almost like, and you guys know on that reading that came out on Monday about how everything happens kind of like all at once. Because I'm like, okay, is this what happens first? But then there's the military stuff, and then it's a lot. So, yeah, that's what's going on with that. Whatever am I at on time here? Because I had kind of another question. Oh, yeah, no, I'm good on time here. No, I mean, like, I'm going to be wrapping this up. The other thing that I had in here that I wanted to look at was the losing the MAGA influencers, and is that going to have any bearing on what they do or don't do? But I'm going to put that into a different reading. So, yeah, what I got today on this week's reading into the government shutdown is for the MAGA base, they're not happy at all. Okay, they're waiting to see on what the Republicans do. They don't trust, I mean, there's a lot of still don't trust the Democrats, but they're also kind of they don't trust the Democrats either. It's like, nope, they don't trust them either. So yeah, I think the way we get out of this really is whenever it comes to the Epstein files, and also whenever the militarization of the cities, and that's actually going to be the next reading I look at here. That's the next reading I've got scheduled to do here. Let's see, is there anything else? Health insurance. And the Epstein file, I wanted to ask, that's what I want. I was like, there was something else I wanted to ask. Can we get an idea of when he's going to swear in the Congresswoman from Arizona? I'll just do like 3 cards. When is she going to get sworn in? It's undecided. I mean, it's like eventually she's going to get sworn in, but it's not going to be this week. So, not this week. Alrighty then. So, that is today's reading. It didn't really go the direction I thought it was going to go. I really thought it was just going to be like, okay, I'm going to ask about, the shutdown, and how is this going to affect the release of the Epstein files, and how is this going to really, affect our insurance? And really, the insurance stuff didn't really come up so much. It was more about the Epstein files and what this government shutdown is doing. The MAGA base is not happy. So, and they really don't know who to trust. The cracks are forming. And that's kind of like they're giving the Republicans the benefit of the doubt because they're not ready to trust Democrats. So, okay, whatever with that. And then it's like what this survivor is seeing is what really came out of the more the Republicans and MAGA has the government shut down, the more motivated she's going to be to release her piece of, the evidence that really is the beginning of the end for everybody in that file. So good for her. I hope that I hope she gets her assurances met so that we can get through this sooner rather than later. So anyway, that's what I'm getting today. Thank you very much for joining me. I probably will just have a weekly Monday, let's look in at the government shutdown. That'll probably be a really good just check in each week. And then, because I kind of got this is going to go on for a while. And okay, it could end if Trump would stay out of it, but he's not staying out of it. Okay. And then, and they don't want to do anything for the American people. So I just don't see that. And the Democrats better not cave. So yeah, that's what I'm getting today. I'll put another reading up here for you to check out. And like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next reading. Have a great day.